Okay. Boom.
All right, we are live. We are live. We are live. And welcome everyone. I am your host, Mani Amandla, and welcome to Mani Amandla's Total Life Wellness. This is an extremely special show that we have for you tonight. I'm so excited to have Mr. Guy Todd Williams, aka Rahiem, and all the ladies' dreams in the house tonight. So, I'm gonna need you to turn down the mic on that end
Yep,
so I
yep, yep,
can
yep. I got you.
hear you better.
Got you. Okay.
So, here we are.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, hey!
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
I'm excited to have you, and I'm going to go ahead and share this while we're waiting for some people to hop on.
Okay.
I'm going to refresh here so that I can make this public so that everyone who is sharing it will
Mhm.
have the ability to share it. So while you guys are at it, while we're doing little things here to make sure that everybody can see this, be sure to share this from, if you're inside of my private group, make sure that you go and share it from my personal page. And if you're on YouTube, share this to your audience. Make sure that people get a chance to see it. Okay, it's public now. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good to go. So, for those of you who are watching on YouTube, welcome. For those of you who are watching on Facebook, welcome. For those of you in Mani Amandla's Total Life Wellness private Facebook group, welcome to you too. This is going to be so much fun. We have the legendary cultural icon, Rahiem, in the house. And for those of you who do not know, he is, we're going now, he's getting ready to act up already. We don't get to talk much without cracking up laughing. So my prayer is that we can get through this interview without laughing because he's already starting to cut up, y'all. You can already see.
I'm antsy. You got me anxious.
I got you anxious. Okay, well, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it.
All right. Let me put on my spectacles.
Oh, you got some other spectacles? Oh, okay, okay. So I told him I was gonna start off telling on him because I said I'm gonna show up and paying my homage to hip hop, get my sweatshirt on, got my love sweatshirt on, right? And I said, giving that homage to New York style. He's like, oh, okay. And I'm thinking that we're gonna do this whole hip hop style, you all. And he comes all super fly. And
Well,
I told him I was gonna tell on him tonight, having
well,
me up here in a sweatshirt while he's all
well. You know what? This was twofold. I wanted to dress a little bit more apropos, as seeing as though this is a platform, and I'm trying to do things a little bit differently, moving forward. So that was one reason.
But what was the other reason?
No, I'm sorry. Three reasons. Three.
Okay.
Second, I'm being interviewed by a lovely lady, and so I wanted to look like a grown man. And
Okay.
then third, I don't generally. I'm not generally down. Like, my energy level is usually very high. So lately, as a result of the holidays, I get a little melancholy a little bit around the holiday times because of the loss of my mom and other family members. And so this was my way of bringing my energy up.
Yes. Well, one thing, I definitely have a way of helping to bring your energy up.
Oh,
So
you definitely do.
so, so
Absolutely.
this is gonna be fun. Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five.
Mm.
But take us back to those days in New York when there was no such thing as hip hop music, which has now gone forth to literally shape not only Black culture, but it's now shaped the world. There's literally no genre of music that hip hop doesn't touch. And you are literally one of the founding fathers of this genre of music. Take us back to that time in New York and what that was like.
Well, there were people, uh, excuse me. Um, I would attribute the founding of the hip hop culture and we Bronxites attribute the founding of the hip hop culture to DJ Kool Herc. Okay? He's the father of hip hop culture. And the reason why he's the father of hip hop culture is because he created the playlist that we ultimately regard as the breakbeats. The breakbeats uh, are small segments of music that that's encompassed on uh, many albums by artists that we know, but maybe those songs didn't become hit records, and so those records are pretty obscure. And so the breakbeats um, are really like a section of the song in which all of the musicians in that band they take a rest. A rest means they stop playing for however many bars, and so they give the drummer a solo. And generally, when they give the drummer a solo, that was considered the breakbeat or the breakdown. And so uh, that those small segments of music, in and of themselves, were the backdrop that became the music that we know as the breakbeats, and ultimately helped to launch hip hop. And now, taking you back to the Bronx in the 70s, the Bronx was rampant with gang activity due to the lack of government funding for the social programs that many inner city children it provided us a place to go after school. After school programs, you could go there and get extra help with your homework. It served as supervisory for the kids who were latchkey, whose parents worked in the evening and or was at work during the time when the kids would be home from school. And so that pretty much turned kids to the street when we lost the government funding. And so as a result of that, a lot of gangs began to surface. And so,
So when those gangs surfaced, like, was that kind of when I mean, let me just ask you, was instead of violence, did they then turn to battling in music? Is that how that began? And
no,
in dance? Okay.
no, that's what the media would have you believe.
Okay, so we're going to get the
Yeah,
real
and
deal
yeah,
tonight. All right.
you go to a gang fight, and instead of us fighting, everybody is,
Busting a rhyme.
yeah,
Hey.
nah, it
It
didn't
wasn't
go
like
down
that.
like that. No, it was real,
Okay.
you know.
Okay.
And during those times, the gangs really didn't have, access to a lot of guns. So it was rare that, a gang fight resulted in someone getting shot. We did have some guns, and some guns were homemade. They were called zip guns, and you made zip guns out of an umbrella. And
Wow.
and it was a one-shot deal, and if that bullet didn't hit its target with that one shot, and they could shoot back, you might be in trouble.
Wow.
Yeah,
I've literally never heard of a zip gun made from an umbrella.
yeah. So necessity is the mother of invention, so they say, right?
Sure, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess that was a necessity at the time. If you were in a gang and you had to worry about a rival gang coming to your territory, infringing on your territory, robbing you, doing whatever they wanted to do. And then a guy by the name of Solsky, uh, he was a gang member. He was a member of the Black Spades, which was the largest gang in New York City. He was assassinated by the police. And after the police killed Solsky, a lot of the gangs began to drop their flags or drop their colors,
Ah,
meaning
interesting.
stop gangbanging.
Okay.
Quite a few of them. And then in 1977, a very significant incident took place in New York City that helped to spawn a multitude of aspiring DJs and MCs. And
Okay.
that incident was the New York City blackout. All right.
Okay.
So the New York City blackout lasted for 3 days in the summer of 1977. And prior to the lights going out, uh, there were a multitude of aspiring uh, hip hop practitioners, DJs, MCs, B-boys, you name it. But the one thing that they all had in common was that uh, the equipment that they used in order to, play music outside, um, it was very expensive. So not many DJ crews had two turntables and a mixer and speakers. Some had, one turntable and a mixer and, maybe a speaker and what have you. So they needed to level up. And so the blackout of New York City of 1977 enabled them to do that. How? Well, so I'm in the backyard playing ball around my block, and it was maybe about, I would say, a little after 7 p.m. The street lights were coming on. It was the summertime, and I go up for a shot, and I could tell that the shot was about to go in, but just as my shot was going in, the street lights in the backyard in the housing complex where I lived in, they were all on, but just as the shot was going in, they all went off. So, I'm like, that was like a Kodak moment for me, because I'm like, yeah, I'm shooting the lights out here, you know what I mean? Right? And so I noticed that, but then right next to my building on East Tremont Avenue and Boston Road in the Bronx, there's an elevated train station. And so the number 2 train and the number 5 train would, frequently pull in and out of the station. And so there was a curve. I believe the curve is on both sides, whether you're going northbound or southbound on the 2 or the 5 train. But when it goes around, I believe it's the southbound curve, the train tracks squeak really loudly, only when it's going around the southbound curve.
Okay.
So I noticed that the train had stopped, and it generally did that as well, right before pulling in or out of the station, depending on if the engineer of the train got a red signal or not. So if the train got a red signal shortly after pulling out of the station, it would stop right there, like right wherever it was at when it got the red signal, but not parked at the platform. So it's away from the platform. So it's sitting there, and I noticed that it sat there for like an unusually long time. So I'm like, something's going on here, And so it sat there for hours. And then once we realized that it was sitting there for hours, we looked around and began to notice that all of the surrounding buildings, none of them had lights. There were no street lights. It was beginning to be dark outside. There were no street lights. So what happened was we all got the same idea at the same time. Hey, damn, all the lights is out. You know what? I think this is a great time to go shopping. So
I knew it. I knew you were getting ready to say that.
So we all congregated at the local supermarket, which was also right at the foot of the elevated train station on East Tremont Avenue and Boston Road. It was Key Food at the time. And the very reason why business establishments nowadays have the steel gates that they pull down over their windows, That's because of us. That's because of us New Yorkers in the 1977 blackout. We threw metal trash cans through plate glass window of Key Food, and we didn't go in there to get any food. About 30, 40 of us manhandled the safe, and we ripped the safe out of the floor, and we dragged it a couple of blocks away to a tenement building on Mohegan Avenue, and one of our OGs instructed a few of his homies to get sledgehammers, and they came back with sledgehammers, and they beat the safe until it opened. And I walked away with about $1,400 and something in food stamps, paper food stamps at the time. And we also had the plastic change coin food stamps. So if you went to the store with your paper food stamps and you had to get change, they gave you the plastic coins. I wasn't very happy about that. But
I never even heard of that. Plastic coins for food stamps?
yeah, I'm gonna show you a picture of it online later. I'll send it to you. I'll tag you in it.
Now, the statute of limitations is up in this confession, right?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And so as a result of that incident, when the lights came on 3 days later in New York City, everybody and their mama had 2 turntables, a mixer, and sound equipment. And so that was the incident that helped to spawn a multitude of aspiring hip hop practitioners.
Wow. So take us fast forward to the days of when hip hop really began to take off, right? Take us there to those moments, because obviously having had the whole culture being born in New York, it didn't spread to the rest of the country, immediately, right? So did it start off, with, just people seeing who could outrhyme the other one, who could be the most intellectual, who could form the most groups? What was that like?
Well, initially, it was exclusive to, as far as that. Okay, so there were two movements at the time, two culturally growing movements. Now, the disco movement at the time were kind of peaking. They were kind of like at the peak. And so the disco movement, they were very popular. And they were kind of like, for lack of a better description, I would say they were more like our older brothers and sisters.
Okay.
And so, when you're growing up, when you're in adolescence, if you have an older brother or sister, let's say you're 13, 14, and your older brother or sister is like 17, 18, one, your hangout card is definitely not going to be as extensive or as lenient as your older siblings. You can't hang out as long as they can, as late as they can, and you can't do the same things that they do. And more importantly, for the most part, a lot of the older siblings, they don't want their younger siblings tagging along, because you kind of like, you cramping their style at that age. And even if, you're 1 or 2 years older than your younger sibling, back then, the age disparity was enough of a disparity to where you would discourage your younger sibling from hanging out with you. So basically, that's what the disco movement did to the hip hop movement, because we were like their younger brothers and sisters. So they shunned us. They called B-boys, they referred to B-boys as floor moppers or floor sweepers. They spoke about us condescendingly because, one, they dressed different. Their attire was different. When they went to their parties at their clubs, they looked like me. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. I see you, GQ. Oh, hey.
You know what I mean? They look like me. So So basically, um, our
That was that staying alive time.
exactly.
Hey.
So as a result of that, we we couldn't gain entry to their functions because we had on the wrong attire. We was dressed in our jeans, sneakers, hoodies, and that sort of thing. And so, as a thank you. And so, as a result of that, we had to get our own thing. You know,
Okay. So
we had
because the disco movement was shunned you, you had to like really, instead of being able to join in with that culture, you had to then establish
to
your own
create
because
our
you
own.
weren't welcomed.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
And so, for a while, they wouldn't allow us. They wouldn't collaborate with us as far as doing functions. Jams. We called them jams. The
Okay.
jams were you go to a jam, a show party, and you listen to your favorite jams, favorite music, and you be jamming. So jam, the word jam was an all-encompassing word. It wasn't a double entendre. It had a few more entendres besides too. And
Right.
so, and so as a result of that, we would go to these jams, and in the summertime, the jams were all outside. And then we built up a following during the summertime, so that when it got cold outside, we could charge $3 or $4 and make some money. So initially, um, when I did my first couple of jams with the first group that I was a member of,
And
which
what
is
was that group?
another legendary group called the Funky Four, which DJ Breakout, DJ Baron, the Funky Four MCs, Keith, Sha Rock, the first female MC, KK Rockwell, and Rahiem. And we battled Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Four May 11th, 1979 at the Webster Avenue PAL on 183rd Street in the Bronx.
Wow.
Yeah, and they won the battle. Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Four won the battle. But
Okay.
a few days after the battle, Melly Mel and Scorpio, at that time his name was Mr. Ness, and then later he changed it to Scorpio. Um, they showed up at my mom's house and asked if I would be willing and interested to join their group. And so
That's how you came together. And
yes,
so it went from being Grandmaster Flash and the Fury, was it the Furious Four?
yes,
Now that, and so you made number 5,
correct.
Grandmaster Flash. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't know that. I didn't
Yep,
know that you were Cinco.
yep. And
Okay.
I'm the youngest member of the group. I'm the last member of the group, and
Okay.
they got me in their group because I kind of gave them a dual. I was like a double threat as far as my abilities. I could sing and I could rhyme. So that was what
Okay.
I brought to Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five.
Wow. Wow. That's interesting. I didn't know that. I didn't know that part. Wow. So Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, now Rock and Roll Hall of Famers.
Mm-hmm.
Take us, just for time's sake, take us to what that was like. You had these incredible songs, and I know you're going to bless us with some rhymes here in a little bit. You're going to drop a few bars for us. I already know.
Me?
For some of, yes, you. Come on, man.
You know I don't drink. I don't go to no bars. But
I'm trying to sound cool. Bear with me. See, ladies and gentlemen, he can't help himself.
I'm silly.
When it comes to picking with me, silly is an understatement.
It's an Aquarius thing.
It is,
Aquarius.
yeah. To Aquarians, you
You know what I
can't.
mean? Yeah.
Yeah. So you're going to drop some lyrics
Okay.
for us here in a little bit. I know that. So
Okay.
take us to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, right?
Okay, so the rock and
What
roll.
was that like? I mean, to be an inductee, that's a huge deal as a group, because you've had all of these songs, people, I mean, to this day, I know that there's some songs that you don't like that I like, but I still listen to your music, especially, some of my faves. I'm not gonna mention them because I know how you feel about them, but I have some faves that I still rock out to when I'm in the car. Like iconic is an understatement. The music has been timeless. So being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame had to feel like a really special accomplishment and recognition of what you all have contributed to music as a whole.
Yeah, it was all right.
Just I, just I. I mean, I'm just a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Right? I mean, it's all right.
It was a tremendous honor, especially to be so the whole process of being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame has a lot of people, um, a lot of people have their choices of their favorite artists that they feel are, deserving of
Yeah,
being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
sure.
And and I I understand why, and if it were up to me, a lot of the choices that people, make or have made publicly and posted in social media and say, they think that, for example, LL Cool J um, uh, deserves to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of
Sure.
Fame.
Sure.
And I wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah.
So now I'm not the one making the decisions, but now I do I am slightly familiar with the criteria in which they select their inductees, and it has very little to do with their record sales.
Okay.
It has much more to do with their influence over popular culture.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
An
and,
impact. Yeah.
right, and impact. And so, um, I mean, who am I to say that an artist as who's had the longevity and string of success monetarily and musically and film wise that someone that LL Cool J has had? Who am I to say that he has not influenced popular culture? If you ask me, he has,
Absolutely.
but I'm not the one making that decision. So I don't know what the other criteria, is besides having, great influence over popular culture. But they didn't choose LL yet. They chose Biggie, rest in peace. They chose Tupac, rest in peace. They chose Public Enemy. They chose Run DMC, the Beastie Boys. And so and I salute and wholeheartedly agree with all of the choices that they have made, but the choices of the artists that have been, I guess, considered or mentioned in conversations with the hopes or thought of being inducted, I think that some of those artists should, absolutely deserve to be recognized by being inducted as well. Curtis Blow, he's definitely a cultural hip hop icon,
Sure.
and to me, he has definitely uh, left his indelible mark on
Absolutely.
hip hop.
Basketball. Absolutely.
Absolutely, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And the Sugar Hill Gang's "Rapper's Delight." He was,
All right.
I mean, that started it off. That started.
Yes.
Um, there would probably be people who would look at me cross-eyed and say like, really, the Sugar Hill Gang before such and such. And with all due respect, the Sugar Hill Gang are the ones who ushered hip hop culture, or excuse me, rap music into the music industry, because prior to that, we weren't being acknowledged by the music industry. So
So you made a distinction here that I want you to clarify when
sure.
you just said hip hop music. Oh, excuse me, rap music.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
How do you see the difference between hip hop culture and hip hop music and rap music?
Okay, so hip hop is the culture. It's it encompasses rap music. Rap music is a facet or a tenet of the hip
Okay.
hop culture. It's one of the four main tenets of the hip hop culture: rap, DJing, graffiti, breakdancing. Right.
Okay.
So
Okay.
those are the four main tenets of hip hop culture. So when we hear our local radio stations saying stuff like they made this their slogan, where hip hop lives. I bet you the radio station in your town in Columbus says where hip hop lives. And just like the radio station in my town says where hip hop lives. But guess what? Hip hop doesn't live there because they don't represent the all encompassing culture of hip hop. They only represent rap music.
Rap music. Okay.
That's it. Because
Awesome.
they don't represent graffiti. They don't represent b-boys. They represent DJs by default, because in order to hear music, a DJ is playing it. So they have to represent DJs, but they don't represent DJs because they are interested in representing hip hop culture. They represent DJs because DJs are what makes a radio station a radio station.
Awesome. Awesome. Let's pause for a second. And that's
Sure.
a really great clarification. I want to interact with some people that have some things to say. I
Sure.
see Julie Sebastian. Hi, Julie. She's saying, love this, Monty Amandla. You know people love it. I mean,
Little shum shum, you know.
Listen, you know me. I know a few people. She
Right.
also says, I danced and skated many hours to his music. That is awesome. She says she's
Thank you for
originally
your
from
support.
Columbus. International recording artist Sherry Marie says, you've got a master in the building. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, we do. Yes, ma'am, we do. She says, ain't nothing like old school, honey. You got that right. I still listen to old school music. Let's see who else do we have here. We see Stephanie Spivey saying, love the red. Yes, he looks awesome tonight. Deborah Swanson saying, hey, Monty and Rahiem. Hey, Deborah.
Hey, Deb.
And we see, I think it's Stephen Josie saying, how are you, my
what up,
brother? Six? All right. Yes, yes. So we've got a good amount of people that are on watching live. So if you have any questions, this is a good time to type them in as we continue the interview. I will pause again and come back and address you all. So we just got the distinction between hip hop and rap music. We heard about some of the history of the culture. We heard it from someone who was actually there, right, helping to shape the culture of hip hop and rap music. Now that we have the distinction of hip hop being the culture and rap music being the music part of things, right? We've got now that you are now a member of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which huge congratulations to you. I remember watching that and seeing what it was like and watching your name, in lights on the building, and seeing you being able to go back and teach and educate on the actual history of the culture. So this is a really great opportunity for people to be able to hear this, to be able to ask questions, to be able to really hear it straight from you, because, obviously you were there when most of us were not. Now you've gone on to do some acting, right? So I've got to see that and see you on Netflix on The Get Down with Jaden Smith. And I think I posted that picture of you and Will Smith together, and that was really about hip hop culture as well. Share what it was like to do that for Netflix, The Get Down. And if you haven't seen it yet, everyone, is it still on Netflix right now? Right?
Yes, it is. Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Please watch The Get Down, because every time y'all watch it, I get a check in the mail. So tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend.
So watch The Get Down on Netflix.
You know what I mean? Get Down on Netflix. So it was a tremendous surreal kind of experience, because The Get Down, it was loosely based on the inception of the hip hop culture, and loosely based on the story of Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five.
Okay.
Although it didn't depict the fictitious group, the Get Down Brothers, as Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, the reason why I knew that the Get Down Brothers were loosely based on Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five is because obviously I work behind the scenes with the production company, and they told me that they took certain characters from the Furious Five directly from each member of the Furious Five. Not every character, but certain characters. And so the youngest member of the Get Down Brothers, who they called Boo Boo, the one who sung, kind of like, I guess, Michael Jackson, Jackson 5, that was supposed to be me. And so Nas and I wrote all of the rap lyrics for all of the artists, all of the actors in the Get Down. And so
wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and so
you and Nas Escobar.
Yeah, correct. And so I was the one who had to coach the actors how to say the lyrics that we wrote and how to act them out like they are MCs, and more importantly, MCs from the 70s.
Wow.
So we had to do an extensive research job and pull up film from that era so that we could get the slang used during that time. I mean, obviously, since I grew up during that time, I knew most of it. There was some that I may have forgotten or whatever. But
give us one. Give us one. Was it Jive Turkey?
Oh, nah, that was actually a little bit before my time.
Oh, was it really? Oh,
okay. The slang that was popular when I was a teenager was if something was, we say something's lit today. Oh, that's lit, So back then it was, that's the joint. That's the serious joint right there. That's the serious joint right there.
That's the serious joint. I'm bringing it back. I had to ask for a reason. So, because you know how everything comes back around, right?
Exactly.
Kind of like how someone says, "Oh, that's dope," right? So I have to learn so that I can that's say pretend joint. Like it originated with me. That's a serious joint.
Exactly. Yep.
Okay.
And so that was one thing that we had to do, and the other thing that was definitely important that we implemented into the production was the style, fashion at the time, and I even helped to choreograph some of the choreography that the Get Down Brothers did on stage during their battles.
Wow!
Because a lot of the choreography that they did was indicative of, identically actually, of what my group and I did. Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five. So
wow.
Me and two legendary brothers that dance, Rich and Tone. They actually were Michael Jackson's choreographers. For quite a few of Michael Jackson's tours, and they also are responsible for the hottest dance moves that you've ever seen from Chris Brown. So these dudes, they're serious about what they do. They are consummate professionals, and I absolutely salute them. The Get Down would not have been the Get Down without Rich and Tone.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's awesome. That's awesome. I want to take another comment real quick. We see JJ Brooks is saying this interview is not even done, and yet it's already iconic. Rahiem, I would like to see you broaden your brand. You're a national treasure in hip hop culture. Bronx, stand up.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you
so much. Thank you so much.
What's up. Yes.
I appreciate that.
Yes, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Julie is asking, are we going to be able to get a rap? Yes, he is going to rap for us a little bit. One of our favorite. Yes. Rap? Yes. Lyrics.
Sure.
Hip hop. What is that?
I'm shy.
Stop it. Sherry Marie is saying educate. Julie's saying, oh, how I miss the days. And it was so much fun because back then music was about fun, you know, and rap music was so much fun. I mean, from the dancing, you know, from break dancing to, you know, like you said, the graffiti. I remember being a kid and, you know, just doodling, you know what I mean? Like in between my tests and I'm, you know, drawing graffiti and making sure my name was in bubble letters and, you know, you know what I mean? Like that.
I did the same thing.
Yeah, like we all did it, you know, and as a matter of fact, sometimes I still do it. Like if I'm doodling on some paper and I'm kind of bored, I'm sitting, you know, I'm doing my little M's, you know, and I can do it so easy because we did it so much because it was so much a part of our culture, right?
You're so right. Yep.
And you know, so for me, I just want to say thank you for what you all did and the impact that you made and the music that I still bob my head to, and so many of us still, you know, dance to. This is going to be so much fun. Now, moving forward, I have to talk about this before we get, because I know we're kind of nearing the end of the broadcast here in about another 20 minutes or so. You just had another incredible achievement where you have been you're now Lifetime Achievement Grammy Award winners. I remember when you told me, like we got the Lifetime Achievement Award at this next Grammys, and I'm like, oh my gosh, and I'm like, how do I shout you out? How do I tell people? Like that is so incredible. So you went from it being it's all right, you know, with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, now a Lifetime Achievement Grammy Award winner. That had to feel, all these years later, that had to feel incredible because now not only were you already iconic, that's now put you, you know, again on another level. It's like it just keeps going. That work that you did back then, now it just keeps growing and it just keeps, you know, proving over and over and over again the value, you know, and the legendary, as you talked about how legendary, you know, you all have been. It's just another stamp of approval, and now it's put you, you know, in another category again. Grammy Award winner. How does it feel?
Um, you know, I was just thinking I should have wore a black shirt with this jacket. But anyway.
You know what? y'all get to see what I have to deal with him. You get to see live. So this is a real conversation. So you get to see.
So anyway, it's well, it hasn't really happened yet. It hasn't. The Grammys made the announcement. I think it was last Tuesday. Last Tuesday, they made the announcement that we will be among the 2021 Lifetime Achievement Grammy Award recipients. But thank you. But it hasn't happened yet. It doesn't happen until January 31st at the upcoming Grammys. However,
my birthday.
That's right. Your birthday. See? Gang, 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 Aquarius. You already. So the there won't be a Grammy Awards this year, unfortunately, because of COVID. So there won't be a televised Grammy program or anything like that, unfortunately, due to COVID. And so they plan to resume the Grammy celebration in the 2022 Grammys, and they intend to have us participate in the 2022 Grammy Awards. And so they will be acknowledging our Lifetime Achievement Award at the 2022 Grammys, but they're going to mail our Grammy Awards to us shortly, sometime after January 31st of this year, since we're being honored with the Lifetime Achievement Award this year. So
y'all got to hear it here first.
Yeah.
Got to hear the news here first.
Yeah, so there won't be any Grammy Awards this year, unfortunately. But so I don't get to, pick out a fly outfit to wear for my acceptance You know what I mean? But
with the black shirt.
yeah, black. I don't know. I think the black would have, did, just gave it a little. You know what I mean?
So with that being said, you have a whole year
Right.
to plan for the
Get
right
it
black
together,
shirt,
right.
the
That's
right
right.
fly outfit.
Facts.
Right.
Facts.
And in case you get a little invitation, extra invitations, there's
Right.
a girl sitting in Columbus, Ohio that, might,
For real? You like ride shotgun with it, bro?
I might ride shotgun. If you let me ride shotgun,
all right,
at the Grammy Awards,
right.
I'll be there with my microphone. Hello, everyone. This is Mani Amandla, sitting here with Rahiem in all the ladies' dreams.
Oh, please don't say that. Please don't use that.
Is that not your slogan, Rahiem, in all the ladies'
don't
dreams?
Use that slogan.
You don't do it anymore.
it ain't been 4 years and counting for no reason. They're like,
exactly. Okay. Julie says, I'm so glad I came across this. I was really in a funk and now I'm smiling.
Aw, I'm glad that we could make you smile, Julie.
Yes. Anthony Jones says, what's up, my brother? Love this interview. My brother-in-law was your label mate on Sugar Hill Records.
Who's your brother-in-law?
We didn't say, but let us know. We'll come right back to that.
Right.
All right. John DeWitt. Okay, Rahiem.
Oh, that's my homeboy.
That's right what's up. Bronx all day. I think BX is Bronx. Is BX Bronx?
Yep, BX.
Look at me knowing.
See, you already see. Wow.
Yo. Hey, I knew what the BX was. I knew what the BX was.
Jailhouse.
Hey.
People equate this pose to hip hop, but to be honest with you, that's the jail yard pose.
But you know what? No, I saw a lot of y'all posing on those and some.
No, we did.
I saw it.
Right, but the reason why was because we got homies and brothers and fathers and all that was locked up. And when they send pictures home,
they was like that.
Right.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
We see lots of congratulations on
Thank you.
On the Grammy. Someone else said January 31 is dope. Agreed. That's my birthday.
Yep.
Someone says, can he come back and show us, please, the Grammy? Yeah, you want to come back and show him the Grammy?
Hey, well, here's my other little trophy there.
What's that one?
This is the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction trophy.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of glary.
It's a little bit too glary, but it's really dope to see that.
Mm-hmm.
His brother-in-law is that EK Mike C?
Oh, from the Crash Crew. Yeah, that's my brother's right there.
Awesome.
The legendary Crash Crew.
Awesome. Yep. So let's get to the point. Let's move forward. So we talked about some history. We got some Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Right. We got your Netflix special. So everybody's gonna watch the Get Down, so he can get some money, get some of those royalties.
We need to go shopping.
Now let's have some fun with this. You know what I'm ready for. I'm ready what everybody else is ready for.
For real?
We ready.
I got to put my my blockers on.
You got to put the blockers on because there's only one way to do this. I wish I had some so I could, but I had to rock the sweatshirt. So we're getting ready to do some songs that we absolutely love and remember. I can't wait to hear you drop some of these lyrics for us.
Okay, all right. Let me get a little mic check here.
Mic check 1 2 1 2 1 2.
Let me see something. Hold on. How that music sound right there?
Yeah.
That's good?
That was good.
Okay.
That was good.
All right, hold on 1 second. Let me just plug us in so we don't lose you.
All right.
Okay, there we go. All right, now. All right.
There's a slight delay from my end, so it's like I'm hearing it a little bit later, but we're good.
Okay. Yeah. Uh-oh. Oh no. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me see something.
All right.
Having a little now I'm gonna try something.
Did you redo the track? Because it sounds a little bit different.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Okay. So you can still see me and everything, right? I
can see you. Yes, we can see you.
Because I disabled my computer's Wi-Fi. So because that slows my computer down.
Okay.
Let me see if we still have the same issue. Okay. Check it. Yo. My son said, Daddy, I don't want to go to school because the teacher's a jerk. He must think I'm a fool. All the kids smoke reefer. I think it'd be cheaper if I just got a job, learn to be a street sweeper or dance to the beat, shuffle my feet, wear a shirt and tie, run with the creeps because it's all about money. Ain't a damn thing funny. You got to have a con in this land of milk and honey. Push that girl in front of the train, took her to the doctor, sewed her arm again. Stabbed that man right in his heart and gave him a transplant for a brand new start. I can't walk through the park cause it's crazy after dark. Keep my hand on my gun cause they got me on the run. Feel like an outlaw, broke my last glass, y'all. Hear them say you want some more, living on a seesaw. Don't push me cause I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under. It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under. Some biased cops persecute me for my irrevocable brand. Fire shot searching through my hood, dispose of my fam. Pull up next to me, say keep it moving, told them I am. Don't shoot, can't breathe, so I show them my hands. While you practice your policy enforcement tactics on our black kids and mostly male adolescents on the blacklist. Blacklist slaughtered like catfish. Narcotics, no weapons, and we the manufacturers. Just people you displace who are in pursuit of happiness. And y'all don't give a ish about us all, y'all capitalists. It ain't a kind of egotistic, invading countries every Sunday. We so Christian, calling people terrorists and we no different. Supposed to be civilized, we so vicious. FEMA got them coffins on the side of the road in GA. Guess they really plan to take no prisoners. Don't push me, cause I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under.
Woo! Yes. Thank you. Man, you should have seen all the comments that were coming in when you were dropping bars. I'm gonna say it again. Is that still cool to say?
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, I was saying super dope. This is fabulous. I'm seeing fire emojis. I see it's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under. #classic from Vernetta. Oh my gosh, so many comments. My goodness, people saying I'm trying not to lose my head. You know what? That's what we're all trying to do, not to lose our heads, especially right now. During this era.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You got anything else to drop for us? That was classic. That was hot. Was that it?
Anything else?
You got another one, or is that the only one we're gonna do?
Let me see.
I know everybody wants some more. I know everybody wants one more. You got anything else?
For real?
We got another few minutes.
Okay. Let me see. This isn't this isn't a Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5 track. This is a Jadakiss track, but it's one of my favorite, and it's one of my favorite joints to spit to. And so I think I got a little something for this. Let me see.
All right, let's go.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, got to put my blocks back on.
There we go.
Yeah. Though I was born in turbulent times, I promised self there never be an obstacle more virtuous than I. No external force could ever alter my course or alter my motion. I attribute that all to my coaching. One man is an island, but he's surrounded by ocean. Keep harpoons ready when them sharks approach him. Detractors throwing wrenches in hopes they propel him to his former way of living, in which he had grown accustomed. I done roared with lions, I done soared with eagles, I done scorched with iron, drew swords against evil, and I done wrestled poverty, fist fought with hopeless, detrimental probably, but this course is for soldiers. I hold these truths self-evident. Nothing touches me when I'm in my element. Jump out the window for the hell of it. I believe I can fly, so I elevate. Smoke, piff, levitate, rise so relevant. Reload, coming with rounds, fetty guys to pieces. Got ones, put pipe of a squirrel. And behold, he coming with clouds, and every eye I could see. Rise the sun, and I light up the world. Bury me alive, swearing I would perish, but I clawed through the dirt till I climbed to the surface. Burn me at the stake like a common animal, but they made a mistake. Found out I wasn't flammable. Line me up to shoot me, but their guns backfired. I guess they too low on the totem pole to ever whack guy. No setbacks, limitations, or boundaries can hinder or ground me. It's a new administration in town. I self-law and master. Amen Ra. Look inside myself to find all the answers. Escape the prison I was being held captive. So forget what you knew of me before. This is the after I was trapped in darkness till I turned on the light switch. Realized I'm Ra, my L, my ISIS. Contribution to this game is nothing short of priceless. Fees are kind of up these days. You want to check your price list. Hop for plenty years way before that rapper's delight-ish. Walked in righteous ciphers before you guys was in diapers. I'm up there on the list. I ain't saying that I'm the nicest, but they call him Rob because they said the game was in the crisis. So I reload, coming with rounds, fetty guys to pieces. Got ones, put pipe of a squirrel, and behold, he coming with clouds, and every eye I can see. Rise the sun, and I light up the world. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, hold on. Oh damn. Ooh, these shades dark as hell.
Take them off. You in the house. Why you gotta cut up? Why you gotta cut my haircut? I was worried, y'all. I said I was thinking to myself, I'm like, we're doing good. We're doing so good because we did not literally lose it laughing because we will lose our breath cracking.
Oh, what?
Up.
Oh, we the worst.
The worst. The worst. The worst. He'll text me something crazy, and then I'll end up having to call him like, you know what? And then he'll just lose it laughing. This is awesome. So let's look at some of these comments here before we get ready to close this one out.
Okay.
Man, I see bars. See, I knew bars was one. I knew it. See, bars. You were trying to play me. Us bars. Not bars.
Boston. If you're from Boston, it's bars.
Bars. All right. Super Julie saying thank you so much. Todd Smith saying awesome. We see lots of fire emojis. Yes, dope. Oh my goodness. My son said he's recording this. He loved the beat.
Oh,
I said take your time, bro. Some people ask you to sing. Let's see what else we got here. Taking it back. Yes. Andre Logic Mix. Okay. Grandmaster Flash. I love it.
Yo, Andre Logic. I'm trying to link up with you, bro. You that dude, cryptocurrency. You and your wife China, my man. Yeah.
Yes. Sherry Marie said you better spit.
Thank you.
Somebody else said, ooh. Oh man, the legendary Rob Furious 5. And then of course, someone else said my eyes just squinted. LMAO. And I see a bunch of mics that just got dropped. Dropped. This is awesome. This has been amazing. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for saying yes to me, for being here on my platform, for sharing it. For those of you who are watching, please, for more content, head on over to Mania Mandla's Total Life Wellness on YouTube and subscribe. Also, find me here on Facebook, Mania Mandla. Click like because we're transitioning everything over to the public page. Make sure you like, because you'll be able to see more content like this, more incredible, legendary artists like my man Rahiem of Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five. You know, I love you. I'm so glad that you said yes, right? It's just been an honor to have you here. I love the fact that so many people were impacted and loved hearing what you had to bring. It was fire. You already know. You already know.
Thank you.
You did your thing.
I love you. I love you. I love you. And
I know.
anytime you want me back, you already know what it is.
I already know what it is. I already know what it is. And y'all heard it here. I get to ride shotgun at the 2022 Grammys.
So now, as far as riding shotgun at the Grammys, you might have to take that up with my little baby.
I know.
Because she.
Yeah, that's why I said if they give you additional.
There you go. Okay.
If they give you additional ones. No, that first one goes to your daughter.
Okay.
But if there's any additional ones, you got to remember your girl.
Okay. Got it. That's all you. That's all
me. I mean, y'all heard it. Y'all heard it. So, no, thank you all so much. I hear people saying, "Speak the truth, brother." Grammys 2022. Annie K. Presley says, "Oh, it's my friend Ann." She said, "Oh, he's handsome too." Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.
And then Julie said, "No idea what y'all took me out of 10 minutes ago. Thank you." See, that's why we're here.
See, that's why this means everything.
Everything.
That right there meant everything.
Everything.
That's what made this whole thing worthwhile for me, because
that comment right there.
Right. Because I appreciate all of your comments, but that comment right there, that meant everything to me, because we in a crazy time right now, and you just don't know how people are feeling, and the majority of us, or a lot of us, are alone, and you know, this is how we fellowship and come together.
Absolutely. And that's one of the big reasons why I wanted to do this, was because I wanted to begin sparking joy for people again, give them something to look forward to, make them smile, a break from all the craziness in the world. Right. And so for you to take time out of your schedule and say yes to me is everything, because we got to do something so special. Julie, we love you. We're so glad that we were able to bless you tonight, get you up out of a funk, make you dance a little bit. Make sure you go watch The Get Down on Netflix. Another uplifting thing, and then spin some music. You know, take it back, dance a little bit, have some fun. That's what it was all about. That's what tonight was all about. And so I'm really, really grateful. My son Eli says to you, much love and positivity your way.
You, Eli.
Yeah. So
you're an amazing young man, Eli. I salute you and your brothers for being the men that you are, and protecting and taking care of your beautiful mom. You know? That's salute.
Thank you. And so many comments in here. Julia saying, "Oh, she said her son." Let's just go ahead and let's take a moment, because she needs this moment. So let's just take it before her. She said, "My son is wrongfully convicted and has been mistreated. Today was another day. Bad news." Okay, understood. And that's horrible, Julia. And our thoughts, you know, and heart is with you, and prayers are with you and your son. You know, nobody deserves that. And I'll definitely reach out to you personally, you know, and send you some love, you know, on my end, because I know what that's like. Hey, I'm a mom, so I get it. I totally get it.
Absolutely.
My son said he'll take the shout out, and he wish he recorded it. Awesome. We had someone else say best interview of 2020. Thank you.
That's what's up.
Thank you. Another person says great show. Thank you. And then another person says they're praying for you, sister. So for those of you who do pray, those of you, you know, who want to send out positive vibes and things to Julie Sebastian, send them to this beautiful sister and what she's going through, and to her son. All right. And once again, thank you all for tuning in to Money and Mama's Total Life Wellness for another episode. I'm so grateful that you are here, that you showed up, that you stuck with us through this, and we'll see you next time. All right. You got any final words, Rahiem?
Stay safe and well, and love you all. Thank you for tuning in, and peace and blessings. Happy holidays. Happy New Year.
Ready? I'm supposed to salute. Hey. Take care, everybody.
All right.
All right.
All right.